So hey guys, and welcome back to Born Traveller, and welcome to Burgas in Bulgaria. Okay, let's get started. So thanks for a complete cock-up with one of my banks, Payoneer. I did a money transfer and basically the money's disappeared. So I was going to fly to Thailand last week from Romania, but decided probably not a good idea as I'm pretty much broke thanks to this bank. So I decided to hop on a bus and come to here in Burgas in Bulgaria. Just seemed like a nice place to be. There's some cheap accommodation which right now I could do with, and basically I'm going to hang around here until this money problem's sorted, or at least until I get paid. So we're going to have a look around Burgas and see what there is. So I should explain, Burgas is a port town, but it's also a beach town. So it's kind of, it has multiple purposes. It's a very old city as well, so there's a lot to explore and lots of different things to see and do. I'm not actually stopping right in the centre of Burgas. I'm stopping about 15 minutes outside in a little enclave opposite the airport where there's a beach, which I'm going to show you now. So right in front of us is the Black Sea, and all along this coast are beach towns, small little beach towns. The big ones is Varna and Sunny Beach and Burgas. And Burgas has its own little like beach here, this little enclave right opposite the airport. As you can see, it's out season. It's only 10 degrees this morning. It's quite sunny, but it's not. It's out season, obviously it's November, so there's not much going on. But in peak season, this place will be packed with tourists. So here we go guys, this is the Black Sea from the west coast, and if you go far enough that way, you'll hit Batumi, my home in Georgia. About 9:30 in the morning, so the sun's not that bright obviously because it's November, but you know, beautiful view here. So let's go down and have a look at the beach. I've actually been here a few days actually. I wanted to explore and see what there was before I started making my video, because I know I'm going to be here a while, so I'm going to be here for at least a few weeks. So I'm not really in any rush. So I actually fell in love with this place. It's really nice. There's a lot to see and do. It's very similar to Batumi. There's kind of this old port bit where there's a lot of history, and it's exactly the same as Batumi, just on the west coast. But obviously it's Bulgarian, so, and this is my first time in Bulgaria, which I have to say is a very nice country. So you kind of have to take all this with a pinch of salt, because obviously it is out season, the weather's not great, and yeah, it's kind of everything's closed, but you can kind of imagine what it would be like if it was busy. The beach itself is very similar to Batumi. It's this black sand rather than it being, you know, white golden sand, and I think that's why they call it the Black Sea, because all the beaches are black pretty much. Quite a nice flat beach though. Looks like in the summertime that's an open bar. Obviously it's all been boarded up for the season. I assume this is the same. There's a medical centre here, which is quite interesting. But I think you'll find that this particular beach, believe it or not, will get packed. It will be really busy in the summer. So that's the look at the beach. I wish obviously I could change the weather, but I can't. So yeah, so obviously there's not much to see and do here, but it was worth coming down and having a look. So now I might walk up to the airport. So at the airport there is a museum which I'm going to go and have a look. Hopefully it's open. Just on one of the main roads here is this little eatery here, and to be honest, what I've experienced, it's probably cheaper, even though it's not so healthy to eat out, because you can get a hot dog here for like three, which is like $1.50. Or you can get pizza for like $1.50. Now obviously it's not going to be massive, but or you can get paninis. Like burgers are only $2, so it's pretty cheap. Now there are coffee machines everywhere, but you can get coffee here for around, well, about $1, just over. Cappuccino is just over about $1.25. So this is what I got, like a hot dog and a panini, but yeah, it's not bad. So basically it's 2 lev to the US dollar, so this works out about $1.50 if I've got my maths right. This is our first glance at the museum. I think I have to walk around there and then get in from the other side. I don't think it's going to be open, but you never know. We can have a look. But if not, we can just look from the outside. So it looks like it is open. This is the museum here. Obviously you just go outdoors. It looks like it's an outdoor museum, but I still think it's worth having a quick look round. So it costs $2 to get in, which I don't think is too bad. I think that's pretty reasonable. He said there's about 5 planes, so let's go and have a look. So the first one we get to is this one. This is the Anatov 12, which I know is a Ukrainian plane. It looks like it's a cargo plane, massive, very, very, very huge plane. Look at the size of the engine and the propellers, they're absolutely huge. You don't really ever get to walk under these things, or, you know, it's quite daunting walking under one then. But yeah, pretty cool. So this is a small jet engine. And the concept, as far as I know, is the fuel goes in, the air goes in, gets compressed, fired and then boof, straight at the back, very quick. As I say, I don't really understand the full technology, but that's it. Wow, I've got some plane seats here. You can sit down if you want to. Unfortunately, it's a bit wet, but yeah, it'd be quite cool to take a seat in the aircraft seat. Here, we can actually go in the Anatov 12. Let's go and have a look. Okay, it says it's the Flying Man. Its purpose is to reveal the aspirations of people from the past, present and future. Created by the talented set designer, this exhibition is an atypical and fascinating because of the extent in which the theme of the Flying Man is interpreted. Part of it is also Imagine-based time machine. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, how amazing is this? I mean, I was expecting it to be like this rubbish museum. It's fantastic. Wow, so they've got all the different planes from like Anatov and Soviet planes from Russia. I mean, most of the stuff here would be Russian. You see down there, belly of the beast. Got some kind of seat here. I don't know. I assume that's a pilot seat. I don't know if that's one of like an ejector seat or what. It looks like it. Small. Oh wow! Look at this. This is the old cannon. Oh, I've never seen one of these before. So this is a cannon from a. This is a missile pod from one of the helicopters, I would imagine. Yeah, for launching unguided missiles from a helicopter. Look at that. This is fantastic. On the other side, there's another one of those. And there's just pictures everywhere. There's so much to show you here. It's just almost impossible to show you all of it. I love the Soviet, the way they... just looks like Chernobyl. It's terrifying. Wow. All the different costumes and stuff. So what's this one? Normal flight procedure. Oh, right. So this is for high altitude. So this looks like it's for high altitude flying, I think. So normal flight. Oh, they jump out the plane. Oh, right. So this plane would be used for also like deploying troops. Oh, wow. So it would be a military plane. It doesn't look like it's a military plane, but I think it is. All these costumes here are a different style of parachute costumes for jumping out planes. Maybe you get a better look at all the different stuff that's here. It's Jesus, there's so much to look at and see. I didn't even see this. Look at this, all the avionics and stuff. Wow, look at all the wiring and everything. You can see it all. You don't really get to see that very often in planes. Wow, I've never really been around a plane that's been dismantled like this. So this is a bit dark, guys, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to see much in here. So in here, you can't really see. This is the cockpit. They blacked out the windows, and it's really hard to get a scope of what it would have been like. She's quite scared now. Well, I'm leaving. It's quite scary. Some of it, yeah. Especially on your own in here. It's a nice, bright, sunny day, but in here it's quite scary. But yeah, very fascinating. Well, I was expecting this museum to be terrible. It's actually brilliant. So we've got a biplane here on the left. Some kind of old biplane. This is amazing. You can actually go in this. Yeah, I don't think this is flight worthy anymore. Bloody hell. It's quite amazing because I always thought planes were made out of aluminium, but it seems to be made out of steel because it's rusting. Remember, aluminium doesn't rust. Oh, wow. So this is inside the biplane. You can actually sit in the pilot seat. Look at this. I've never done this before. God, they don't give you much room. Bloody hell. So, Christ. Wow, look at this. I'm a pilot. I can't believe this. This is amazing. Look at this. I've got my cockpit here. I can barely fit in, by the way. My legs are really... These are... That controls your rudder. I think that controls left and right like that. And then this one controls the up and down. I'm not sure. This is... I know that's power. Wow. And I tell you what, do you know what's quite weird? The visibility is terrible. Like, I know obviously we're at high up, but I assume when we go down it would be not so bad, but Jesus, it's not very good visibility. I just can't believe I can sit in a pilot. I've never ever sat in a pilot seat. All these controls work, by the way. Jesus, look at that. We're going for takeoff. Now I've seen this on the movies, you have to do it gently. To full power. Full power, Mr. Scotty. That's amazing. Oh, look at the old-fashioned switches. I remember these when I was a kid, you know, the few items we used to have around the house that had these old-fashioned switches. What a fantastic museum. This is inside the biplane, looking the other way. God, look at this. I'm not sure what they would normally keep in there. I don't know if that would be used, or seems to just be used for baggage. There's not much room though. I assume you would have two sets of seats. You could probably sit about 10 people in here, and the 2 pilots. So there's not much room there really. Look at this little helicopter. Shame you can't sit in that as well, but unfortunately you can't. Doesn't look like you can, no, don't think so. Wow, the rotors are massive. So I assume this is like the Russian version of like a Bell helicopter. Really weird design though, how the jet engine, the turbine engines on the side like that. Very interesting, very unusual. Yeah, they've taken the seats out of this one. I wonder why they took the seats out. And they probably sold them. This is a beast. Look at this one. It says it's the Tupolev 154. Massive, massive aircraft. Huge aircraft. Oh, it's a bit annoying. You can't sit in this one. But this is the old. So this is the old-fashioned style. So you would have the pilot, the co-pilot, and here you would have the flight director or the flight engineer, and he keeps control of all the avionics and everything. Nowadays, this job's pretty much gone. Some aircraft have 3, but mostly they only have 2 pilots now. This was probably unused till maybe 10-15 years ago, I imagine. I'll tell you what, that is quite a spacious toilet. There's more room in that one than there is in the modern ones. So here we have business class. Oh, it's warm in here. This is nice. I've probably done 300 flights in my life and I've never sat in first class or business class. So here you go guys, this is as close as I'm going to get to business class. So let's go through to the cattle class. Wow, look at this. So this is the galley where all the food would be prepared, you know, everything would be prepped and everything like that. Turn the economy into like a kind of like mini museum. So I tell you what, the leg room. Look at the leg room there. This is cattle class. This is economy. Look at the leg room there. You wouldn't even get that in premium economy. You wouldn't get that in business class in most airlines nowadays. To say this aircraft's been decommissioned and, you know, it still smells alright. It smells a bit fusty, but it's pretty good. You've got pretty good exits. You've got 2 exits here, and I assume you've got 2 at the end. Obviously nowadays there'll be more. Actually, and you know what? This is quite a modern aircraft because you've got exits here and there and there and there. So, wow, this was quite ahead of its time, really. So here is the MiG-21. This apparently is the most produced supersonic aircraft in the world. This was part of the Bulgarian air defence. So yeah, and it's served for over 50 years, this aircraft. So amazing, really. We can have a look inside the pilot's cockpit, which you don't get to do very often as well. Holy crap, you actually get to sit in it. Oh my god. Oh crap. God, these pilots don't off. And they don't get much leg rooms. What is wrong with these people? Why do they design these aircraft so small? So look at this. And take off. What an amazing place. God, imagine it. I'd assume that's probably never been used in anger, but that would be the trigger to fire the missiles, or that's probably to fire the cannons there, or maybe that one. Richard Hall, fighter pilot. My MiG-21. Let me take it out for a spin later. What kind of museum can you normally go to where you can sit in a fighter aircraft and a normal aircraft in the same day? It's fantastic. But as I say, to fly one of these things, you have to be a midget. I'm 186 centimetres, and my legs, honestly, I can't barely get in here. It's tiny, absolutely tiny. So that's the view from what it would look like for a fighter pilot looking back. It's quite incredible. There's another one over there we can go and sit in as well. This is probably one of the early ones. I know this is a MiG, but I don't know which one. This is the MiG-17, probably from the 1950s. I'm not sure if this was the first ever like jet engine Soviet aircraft, but it was probably one of the first. Definitely from the 1950s, so probably was the first. It was famous for during the Vietnam War. A lot of the Vietnamese flew it. Wow, look at this one. Oh yeah, we're not stopping in here long. So this is even worse. This is got even less room. Oh my god, how do people fly these things? I don't know. It's crazy. You've got this dial here. Wow. This is not comfortable. I'm not staying in here. Whoa! But there you go, guys. MiG-17. So now I've flown 2 aircraft in one day. It's very rare you get to do those kind of things. You know, for $2. That's what got me. I'd paid 20 for that. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification button, and I'll see you next time.